FM program.
Good afternoon, Flashbackers, and welcome to New Comic Wednesday for September the 18th. Here with Troy David Phillips and Patrick Michael Strange, and of course, Ventriloquist. Let's get on to those new comics.
Here we go, guys. From Image Comics, we have The Bounce, number 5.
And Dark Horse Comics gives us Star Wars Dark Times, number 3.
From Top Cow, we have Aphrodite 9 with issue number 5.
And Marvel gives us Ultimate Comics X-Men, issue 31, World War X.
You know you love the Infinity storyline. We have part 3 of 6 of Infinity from Marvel Comics.
And from Dark Horse Comics, from the pages of Hellboy, BPRD, Hell on Earth, number 111.
Back at Marvel, we have Secret Avengers, issue number 9. Love that. Is that Maria Hill?
That's Batman 66 from DC Comics, issue number 3.
And at Max, we have Wolverine Max with issue number, I don't know, number 11.
And another Infinity tie-in, we've got Captain Marvel, number 16.
Over at Top Cow, we have an awesome cover for Cyber Force, number 6.
Love Mark Silvestri.
Mm-hmm.
Icon gives us Powers Bureau, issue number 7.
From Image, we have Peter Panzerfaust, number 14.
And Dynamite, The Lone Ranger, issue number 18.
Awesome cover on that one. And still at Dynamite, we have Jennifer Blood with issue number 31.
IDW gives us Doctor Who, issue number 13.
And all you Whovians should also check out from Dynamite, Damsels, Mermaids, number 5.
We have from Marvel, The New Avengers, issue number 10, another Infinity tie-in.
Boom Studios gives us issue number 4 of Six Gun Gorilla.
So much fun. Dark Horse Comics giving us the 5th and final issue of Dream Thief.
Check that one out. Love the zombies on there. And at Marvel, we have Venom with issue number 41. Is that Crossbones?
It sure looks like it. From Image Comics, number 14 of Mind the Gap.
And over at Dark Horse, we have Conan the Barbarian, issue number 20.
Blackstones, part 2. Vertigo, DC, gives us Fables, issue 133.
Thank you, Bill Willingham. And from Archie, we have Sonic Universe with issue number 56.
And Marvel gives us Thunderbolts, issue 15.
Love that artwork on that one. Over at Image, we have Morning Glories, issue number 31. If you haven't been reading that, you should check that one out.
You should really be checking out from Image Comics Great Pacific, issue number 10. This comic is amazing, Patrick.
Shout out to Joe Harris. And from Dark Horse Comics, I love those guys, we have Kiss Me Satan with issue number 1.
New Orleans is a werewolf town, huh?
Great cover by Johnson.
From Marvel, we have The Superior Spider-Man, issue 18.
And over at Marvel, we also have Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, issue number 31. Shout out to my man Chris Samney. My boy Yuli didn't mean to cut you off at the alcohol line at Harvey Awards.
Oh, that was you. Marvel has given us Uncanny X-Men, issue number 12. This is part 4 of the Battle of the Atom.
I'm loving that series. And at Marvel, we also have Superior Carnage with issue number 3.
Marvel's given us X-Men Legacy, issue number 17.
How could they do that to Professor X's son, man?
You know, Legion's had a rough life.
And over at Vertigo, we have Brother Lono with issue number 4.
Fans of 100 Bullets need to be getting on that. Cable and X-Force, issue number 14.
And from Marvel, we have Morbius the Living Vampire with issue number 9.
Dynamite Entertainment with Shadow, annual 2013.
And Thor, the God of Thunder, starts the Accursed storyline with part 1, issue number 13 of Thor, God of Thunder.
DC Comics giving us Batman Beyond Universe, issue number 2. Shout out to Kyle Higgins. This is amazing.
We love you, Kyle. And from DC Comics, we have Arrow number 11. Check out the first season on Blu-ray today.
And from Dark Horse Comics, this is the first issue of Buzzkill. God, I wished I'd thought of this.
That was Mark Waid. Savage Wolverine with issue number 8, and I love me some Joe Mad.
And, is that 10 for 10? Only $1? Aspen Comics gives us all new Executive Assistant Iris.
And over at Valiant, you know I love Valiant, Bloodshot and the Hard Corpse issue number 14. All new title, all new team, all new mission.
So that's Valiant Comics again. Exo, Man of War, issue 17. Also amazing.
Yes, sirs. And from IDW, we have issue number 3 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, New Animated Adventures.
DC Comics giving us Green Lantern. That's Black Hand, number 1.
And what was Batman 23.3 is now Penguin number 1. I love the artwork on that one. Penguin is looking a beast.
What used to be Batman the Dark Knight 23.3 is now Clayface, number 1.
I love Clayface on the animated series, but I also love Justice League of America 7.3 with Shadow Thief, number 1.
And Batman and Robin facing down Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins in their spotlight this month.
And over at Superman, we have Hell number 1, which was Superman 23.3.
And the Swamp Thing 23.1 is now Arcane, number 1.
That's a beast of a cover.
That cover's sick.
That is sick. I like that. And shout out to my man Brian Buccellato. But we have the Flash with 23.3 with the Rogues number 1. If there was ever another crime family outside of the Arkham family, the Rogues family that Flash faces off are some beast guys, man.
Oh yeah. Justice League Dark 23.2 giving way to Eclipso, number 1.
Scary dude.
He is.
And over at Batman Detective Comics 23.3, we now have Scarecrow number 1. It's a pretty scary character, man.
The Justice League 23.3 gives way to Dial E, number 1.
Wasn't that supposed to be Dial Hero? There's a Dial Evil now?
Yes, there is.
I see. And at Wonder Woman 23.1, we now have Cheetah, number 1. Don't let my daughter see that. She's a big Wonder Woman fan.
And we have Teen Titans 23.2. It's been overlaid with Deathstroke, number 1.
Looks like Deathstroke upgraded his armor on that one.
Yes, it does.
And last but not least, we have the book that started it off pretty much all with Action Comics Superman, the reboot 23.3 with Lex Luthor number 1, the baddest bad guy of them all.
Talk about an upgrade to your armor.
I know.
Yeah, that is amazing. From IDW, we have the X-Files Season 10, issue number 4.
We got your variant covers, y'all. And keeping up the variant cover magic, we have Half Past Danger, issue number 5 from IDW.
Dinosaurs.
You know Troy loves some dinosaurs.
I do. IDW again, this time giving us the Thunder Agents, issue number 2. Love to see Wally Wood's characters get in the forefront like that.
Old school like my man Troy. From Kaboom, a great series, we have issue number 12 of Bravest Warriors.
This looks good. IDW again, folks, this time giving us the Transformers Regeneration 1. This is issue 0, cover A and B.
Looks good. And over from my people at Aspen, we have the Bubble Gun with issue number 3. Awesome cover. I think my cover is a little bit better than yours, Troy.
You would think that. You would be mistaken. From Kaboom, Adventure Time!
What time is it?
It's Adventure Time!
I'm feeling it.
Issue number 20.
All right. And from Image Comics, I'm just astounded and blown away by these covers. I really like how they put these covers together. We have issue number 1 of Zero. Check this out. It looks amazing.
It does. It really does. But underneath, this is amazing. From my friends at Avatar Press, we have Crossed, the 2013 special. We have the Torture cover, we have the regular cover, and I have to take this opportunity to show my fans the wraparound cover. Let me get that down there as flat as I can without messing up the condition of the book. This is an amazing series, people. If you haven't checked out Crossed, you need to do that. Avatar Press, they do amazing things. You love their Absolution, you love their Uber, you will love their Crossed.
If you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you want a little bit more, you need to go Crossed.
Oh, yes. What are you doing?
Oh, stop. All right. Hey, we got to do our picks of the week, man.
That's right, that's right.
Okay, hey, how you guys doing? What's going on, Flashbackers? We are back. My man Troy David Phillips and I am Patrick Michael Strange. We got our picks of the week. Let's do it, man.
So what do you have for us this week, Patrick?
All right, well, I'm going to rep my turtle since I got my turtle shirt on. My man Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello. Shout out to Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Got to rep my turtle love.
T-U-R-T-L-E power.
Exactly, man. Did you watch those? You remember, were you doing the whole, when they had Vanilla Ice? You know, the actual...
I try not to think about that
live action ones.
I try not to go back there.
I got a lot of turtle love. I'm a kid of the 80s. But they're back. They got a new animated series out. You know, they've been kind of on and off and not really hitting on all cylinders. But I think the stuff that IDW is putting out with the new batch of turtles are looking really good. And I just wanted to spotlight these for all my other fellow turtle fans out there. They're doing a great series. This is the Turtle Animated series book put out by IDW. Good stuff. Check it out. That's my first kind of little initial shout out for the week.
All right.
Go ahead, brother.
Well, okay. I have to give my first shout out to Brian Buccellato, who is doing the all new executive assistant Iris.
Brian B?
Yeah.
Butch?
He talked about this book a little bit, and he got me kind of jazzed about it. So this is some of what you get on the inside. This book is pretty incredible. If you haven't been checking out the stuff from Aspen Comics, stuff like Soulfire, Fathom, Overtaken, Bubblegum, let me recommend this. Let me give this my strenuous recommendation. If you're a fan of Brian, capital B, Buccellato, you already like The Flash, you already like the Black Bat. You need to be checking this out.
His top secret project that he has now spinning out of Flash with Francis Manipool that he worked with on Flash. That's coming from DC.
Well, yeah, but it's
now
top
he's got
secret.
executive assistant. Yeah, we're not going to give it away.
Yeah, see, we can't do that. We can't do that. I don't want to get taken away in the night.
Do you actually know what it is? I really don't know what it is.
Well, we were talking. We were tight.
Oh, you got to fill me in.
Oh.
But check out Executive Assistant Iris. It looks like a good book. And shout out to my man Booch. And rest in peace to my man Michael Turner. We were big fans. When I met you in Philly, man, you were a great guy. Miss you, man.
Yeah, Aspen Comics, people.
My pick of the week, y'all know I'm an artist. I love artists big time, and there's an artist that I really love by the name of Joe Mad. So I gotta give a shout out to Savage Wolverine. He's working on this title right now, and just look at that cover with Wolverine and Elektra. Man, this dude is just, look at the zombie right there. It's coming at you. Man, imagine Joe Mad working on The Walking Dead. It would be freaking insane. Just amazing stuff. Look at that. Look at Wolverine going ballistic right there. Just Joe Mad is just, every artist loves Joe Mad. If you're an artist, you don't love Joe Mad, then something's wrong with you. For the artwork alone, I'm sure the writing is excellent, but I just get inspired every time I look at a Joe Mad page. So I got to shout out Savage Wolverine, issue number 8. And shout out to my man Zeb Wells, who's handling the writing chores on that, but Joe Mad. Has Joe Mad on it.
I actually met Peter Steigerwald at Wizard World a few years back from Aspen Comics. He was at their table.
I was getting ready to say that. He's a good guy. And shout out back to the Aspen stuff. Peter Steigerwald, one of the best colorists that are out there in the game.
Has anyone told you that you actually resemble Savage Wolverine?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out the claws. Come October, I got a nice set of Wolverine claws at the house I'm going to have to show you.
That's a pretty good pick there, Patrick.
Yes, sir.
You emphasized the art. I'm going to go back to emphasizing the story as I shout out to my friend, Mr. Kyle Higgins.
Shout out to
Mr. Kyle Higgins brings us Batman Beyond Universe. Kyle isn't working alone on this, obviously. He has a crack team working with him.
Christos Gage.
Yes, indeed.
But the art on there is phenomenal. Who's that? Coelho. Not too familiar with that, brother.
Well, you need to get familiar. That's you see that? See that? You need to be checking this out. I'm bringing you the good stuff here.
Okay.
So it's. I've actually had the opportunity to sit down and check the book out a couple, 2-3 times. I had to read it and reread it and let it all soak in. Got 2 kind of concurrent stories going with the Justice League Beyond, Batman Beyond. There's a lot of character development with the young Dick Grayson, or the older Dick Grayson, I should say, with Terry, who's in the Batman costume, Barbara Gordon, who's now the chief of police. It's great.
That man Beyond Universe, people.
Thank you very much. Why don't you go ahead and give me your number 3 pick?
All right, my picks are going to destroy your picks now. Now here's like my true blue picks. Those are some shout-outs on those other picks. These are my true blue picks. All right, guys, you ready? First up, Bloodshot and the Hardcorps. Issue number 14. New direction for the title. Bloodshot is now leading the Hardcorps, spinning out of Harbinger Wars and all that crossover beauty that was there. But Christos Gage, Joshua Dysart with Emanuela Lupacino on the art chores on this. It's just some good stuff, people. Bloodshot is just some good stuff. Look, the brother even knows what's up. Troy David Phillips knows what's up with Bloodshot. You got to check this out. Y'all know I'm kind of like the Valiant guy. He's a Dynamite guy. But as you see, I'm starting to pull this man into the field here with the beauty that is Valiant. They're just doing some great work, people. This is a great title. If you don't know about Bloodshot, man, you need to learn about Bloodshot. We even got some free books we can give you to get you involved if you come over to Flashback.
You got to understand that with the shirt, I was actually going to spotlight Bloodshot, but Patrick here threw a temper tantrum. He was on the floor. He was crying like a 3-year-old who didn't get his nap time. So I let him have it this time.
Check out Bloodshot. I love these guys. These books are just phenomenal. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all are picking up the Marvel DC because that's what y'all know. You got to try some other stuff that are new out there. And this Valiant peeps, these are my peoples, man. They're doing some great work. Once you taste it, you're not going to want to, not taste anything else. You're going to love the flavor.
I do admire what Valiant is doing with their entire product line. All of their books are just amazing books. However, not to discount what happens at the big two. People think that these books have no substance. I hear that all the time. Marvel Comics, it's just the corporate engine. DC Comics, it's the corporate engine. No, they're really not. DC Comics has given us Arrow. Now, the Arrow series ties into the television series of the same name. What the comics do, as opposed to adapting the episodes, the comics feature stories that bridge in between the episodes. These are additional points of characterization, additional points of story development. It enhances what you're already watching on the show, as opposed to simply regurgitating what you're already watching on the show. These are incredible books. You need to be checking them out. You already love an Arrow on television, on the CW, then Arrow issue number 11. You can pretty much pick up any book at any time and pick it up and go through it. It's not important to read them sequentially. So if you haven't already started, you need to come down here and get started on it. You got that, Patrick?
I got that. Okay. While I understand your decision to go with Arrow, and I've been following that, DC has been making some questionable decisions lately. Have you actually seen who they have picked for Flash that's going to make an appearance in Arrow and then spin off into his own WB series?
I'm actually trying to avoid all that. I want the surprises and the shocks. I want to feel like a 10-year-old kid again who didn't know anything.
Well, it's not knowing anything about just the actor. You can know who the actor is.
I want to be surprised when I see it.
Well, he was on Glee. That's all I got to say, people.
Oh, well, I didn't watch most of that anyway.
And questionable decision, yes. I'll just leave it at that. I love y'all, DC, but...
Oh, come on. They said the same thing about Michael Keaton when he was Batman. Oh, it's Mr. Mom. Yeah, he was good, and you know it.
Don't get twisted, though. I'm down with the Ben Affleck thing, but that dude for Flash, are you serious? Anyway, let's bring it back to some real material. Like I said, Valiant, he's already wearing the shirt. That's all I got to say. Back at Valiant, XO Man of War, issue number 17 from Robert Venditti and Lee Garbett and Moose Bowman. We're back from Planet Death. Eric of Dacia is now back in his hometown of, was once Dacia, is now Romania. And I don't want to give away too much, but there's a lot of stuff going on. I wanted to spotlight this book because it's all leading up to this great Unity crossover event, which is not really an event. It's, as we said last week, I thought it was an event originally when we were talking about this in all the lead-ups, but Unity is Valiant's Avengers. It's Valiant's Justice League of America. It's their best of the best. But you need to be reading XO Man of War because it's going to lead up into the whole Unity book. It's just great stuff, man. And even if you haven't been tracking, XO is just probably one of Valiant's best books that they're putting out there. Shout out to Will Conrad, who did an excellent job on that cover. XO, I can't say enough about XO.
That book is pretty spectacular.
It's an awesome book.
Even if it wasn't leading into Unity, it would be a good book just on the strength of the story, on the art. Valiant, they've got a company that's got it all together. By the way, where's your Valiant paraphernalia? I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was a bigger Valiant
I
fan
didn't want to
than
look
you
like
are.
the twins with this guy. I wear my.
Oh.
You gonna see the shirts, man?
Yeah, you think so?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to shout at Dynamite Entertainment.
Dynamite!
Here.
Shout out to
Y'all
my man
know
Nicky.
I love Dynamite Entertainment, and this is why. This is the Shadow. This is the 2013 annual. Now, typically, when Valiant releases an annual, it's a standalone story. It's usually separate from the ongoing series, so it's a good place for a new person to jump in, pick it up, see what it's all about, and get to love the character. The Shadow's been with us since the 1930s. Pulp action hero, clouding men's minds, knowing what evil lurks. Two Guns, Fury, Dark Cloak, Margot Lane, God, she's gorgeous, etc.
Keep talking, man. Keep talking. I'm just showing the
you
fans.
distracted me with the beautiful artwork
I'm
there.
telling you.
See, I can't walk past a Dynamite book. I just got to
some good
stop.
stuff, man.
Well, exactly. The weed of crime bears bitter fruit, people, and no one knows that better than the Shadow. And by the way, where do you think you're going with my annual 2013, my friend? You better subscribe to that book.
Yes, sir. But you know what? I'm gonna let you go one more time. Before we go back to me, I want to let my book, the top book of the week, my top pick, be the last pick.
Okay. Well, I got to crush you like a grape on velvet then.
Let me see what you got.
Okay, Marvel Comics. I want to talk about Thor, God of Thunder.
big two, Mr. Corporate Man over here.
Oh, listen to you. Okay, now, if you've been following or had been following the God Bomb story, which had spun from the God Killer, you know how awesome that was. If you read Thor last month, issue number 12, probably brought tears to your eyes. I'm not going to spoil it. But if you haven't checked that book out, Thor number 12, you should. It stands alone. It's very touching. It's very enduring. It's a story of substance. Now, what I've got going on here is part 1 of The Accursed. It's a new story arc, although Mr. Aaron is still at the helm here, still on the writing chores. You're going to continue to get amazing Thor stories.
Ron Garney.
You want to look up a little bit closer here. Look at that. Is that a dark elf? A certain dark elf I'm seeing on the cover?
Who's making his appearance in Thor: The Dark World?
Well, shock, surprise, surprise.
I wonder why they're putting him out there.
Because he's a really great character. Here's Thor calling for more mead. Yes, right there. Bring that man some mead. What's the matter with you fools? All right there, Mr. Strange. I laid down the big heavy. I guess you're going to have to come in like, second banana.
Okay, he's been sipping a little too much mead. But on the subject of mead and liquor and alcohol, I'm just going to say Mark Waid, Mr. Marvel himself. Mm-hmm. He says, God, I wish I'd thought of this.
Well, he's just being generous because he's like that. He's a warm-hearted guy.
Brand new book from Dark Horse Comics. This is issue number 1 of Buzzkill.
Yeah.
Don't be a buzzkill, man. It's about a superhero who derives his powers from alcohol, son.
Well,
I'm telling you, alcohol. Who doesn't love that?
anybody under
Don't
the
lie,
age
you.
of 21?
Okay. Well, we all know what they're trying to do on the sneak tip. But as gentlemen of, who enjoy a nice pint, and/or Thor would suggest, I'm sure he would love to derive his powers from his mead. But we have Buzzkill from Donnie Cates and Mark Resnick and Jeff Shaw. As I said, Mark Waid wishes he created this. It's just a great book. How can you not love a superhero who derives his power from alcohol? It's about him going sober. He doesn't want to, be drunk all the time. And so what do you think the supervillains are going to think about that? Just check that out. Check this out, that page. Just some great art. I can't wait to read this. It just looks phenomenal. With such billing, like Mark Waid saying he wish he wrote this, it's got to be some good stuff. It's a 4-issue miniseries. You got to check it out from Dark Horse. Buzzkill. It looks like a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, it does. And by the way, speaking of Mark Waid, incidentally, Mr. Waid, Troy David Phillips here. Don't think that I have forgotten about that 9.2 graded set of Daredevil that you owe me for making me cry into my issues of Daredevil. Thank you for what you've done to Foggy Nelson. You owe me, sir. You owe me.
And guess who's going to rate a 9.2 from the alcohol from once he gets pulled over later from the cops? This guy.
I won't be driving. I'll be in the back seat fast asleep.
This is my man, Troy David Phillips.
And this is Mr. Patrick Michael Strange.
Let's tell them what they got to do, bro.
Well, they got to like us on Facebook.
Like us on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Shout out to my man Mark, as always, on the camera. We love you, brother. We will be back next week.
And don't forget to check out the Fantastic Forum. Don't forget to check out all my friends at Superheroes. Is there anything else I should be checking out when I have spare time? I don't have a lot, but I got a little bit.
You need to see my man over at Flashback Comics, my man Troy David Phillips. He's giving you the great deals. You need to come subscribe here. You're going to get the best deal in the DC metro area. Come check us out. We love you guys.
You heard it right here. Peace.
Deuces! All right, here we go. We have Troy David Phillips over here, and we have the lovely, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Jackie, here at Bungalow Ale House.
Just one thing. I got 3 days. You got 1.
We are doing a cherry competition where she just rocks.
She just said, "Put up or shut up." So what you gonna do?
Jackie just knocked out my man Troy David Phillips. You should be looking busted right now, man. You just got knocked out. She tore you up. The cherry tying competition has succeeded, and rightfully so. A woman should always dethrone a dude in a cherry tying competition, I should say. So,
Yeah,
Is that a sweet bugle or what?
That actually was very bugle-like.
let's go to the red tape here. Here we go.
Yeah, he's that one, which is pretty decent.
And we are out.
It
Here,
is,
Bungalow
however,
Ale.
slightly